I hope she has a lot of money. She's been playing games with us. Your appearance? Name, ma'am? I don't want to hear it. Tell it to some other judge in some other city in some other state. So you're going to have to post $1,200 to secure your release if you post that.
That judge's warning about playing games isn't just a figure of speech. You just saw a courtroom on the edge of a total meltdown. But what was this woman actually hiding behind those excuses? This case began as a simple traffic stop back in 2022. But for 2 years, this defendant has treated the law like a suggestion. She claims she simply forgot or lived too far away to appear. Yet the court records tell a different story. If she was able to zoom into court once before, why did she go missing 5 other times? Now, her freedom hangs on a $1,200 cash bond that she clearly didn't see coming. Is this a case of pure negligence or a deliberate defiance of the bench? If you want to see exactly how the legal system catches up to people who try to outrun it, hit that subscribe button now. Let's go back to the moment the games finally ended.
All right, I called Mabane here. I have 22F2373222A, which is a driveway license not valid. 22F237322B, which is a civil infraction, improper lights. 22R512824B, which is a failure to pay on a limited access. 22R512824A, which has not been adjudicated. That's a no ops. I hope she has a lot of money. She's been playing games with us. Your appearance? Name, ma'am?
Jamelanie Bay.
All right, so what are we going to do here? She doesn't want to show up, so she's probably going to have a high cash bond, if nothing else. On the no valid license, does she stand mute and wait for a reading? She's only missed about 4 or 5 times on this. And then somebody will...
Buckle up, guys. Today we are going to look at a courtroom case that proves how a simple traffic stop can spiral into something much bigger when court orders are ignored. Right from the opening moments, the judge's frustration is on full display as multiple case files are called and a troubling pattern begins to emerge. According to the court, this defendant has missed hearing after hearing, forcing the legal system to repeatedly chase her down. What stands out most is that the discussion quickly shifts away from traffic violations and toward accountability. As the judge reviews the situation, it's clear that patience is running thin, and the courtroom is preparing for a serious reckoning.
Be a wise guy and say, oh, you sent somebody to jail on a drive while like, well, I don't know what else to do short of tackling them and bringing them in here. What if she's got others, limited access, $306. Does she stand mute? This is on the limited access from 2022.
I think we got the late traveling possibly for tomorrow, so we'll do it upstairs.
Boy, you don't have much respect for courts, huh?
No, I actually...
Somewhere between 0 and negative 2,852, it looks like to me. I mean, Judge Heston's been overly kind. Okay, shake your head. Judge Heston's been overly kind with you.
Yes,
Does she stand mute and wait for a reading on the other one?
Yes.
A guilty plea on that. She has flat rock in front of Judge Heston, failure to pay. Does she stand mute and wait for a reading on that?
Yes.
Wow. If I had a nickel for every time you missed a court date, I could. What's she doing? What is she doing? Who does she think she is?
I don't live here.
And give a lot of feedback.
Well, good. Hang on. What's wrong with the? You live in Toledo. You don't live in Juneau, Alaska. Give me a break.
I lived in the
I would quit while I'm behind right now unless you got a lot of money with you right now. Okay? I don't really want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Tell it to some other judge in some other city in some other state. Where does she work?
All right, guys, this is where the hearing takes a dramatic turn. The defendant finally attempts to explain why she has been absent, pointing to the fact that she no longer lives nearby. But from the court's perspective, distance alone doesn't justify repeatedly failing to appear. The judge immediately pushes back, questioning whether she truly understands the seriousness of ignoring court orders. As the exchange continues, the gap between the defendant's explanation and the court's expectations becomes impossible to ignore. What viewers are witnessing here is not a debate over traffic tickets anymore, it's a confrontation about respect for the judicial process itself.
Director
Got a problem.
makes fine results.
She missed April 14th to 22, May 12th to 22. Came in October 12th, or was brought in, I believe. She was given, or at least it was on Zoom, given another date, January 3, 23. She didn't show up then. She was show caused again in June of 23. She didn't show up then. Wow. And that's just one file. That's just one of the files. I don't feel the need to go through the rest of these. All right, Heather, how much does she owe on all of these? On 224B and, I'm sorry, on 824B and 824, 322A and 322B. I'll set those together.
322A has a balance of 411. 322B has a balance of 248. And then 824B has a balance of 306.
All right, I've got these a little bit mixed up here. I got 824B that has a balance of 306, true?
Yes.
All right. I've got 22F, 237, 322A that has a balance of
411 on that one.
411.
Alright, guys, now comes the part that really changes the tone of the case. Court personnel begin reading through the defendant's history, and each new detail paints a more damaging picture. One missed appearance becomes several, and several become a long-running pattern that stretches across years. From a third-party perspective, this is the moment where the court's frustration starts to make complete sense. The judge listens as date after date is listed, revealing numerous opportunities the defendant had to resolve these matters. With every missed hearing added to the record, the likelihood of receiving any benefit of the doubt appears to shrink dramatically.
She only had 3 files, or she had 4? She has 4, doesn't she?
4 altogether.
Yeah, I don't know what I did with the other one. Hang on a second. Oh, no, I see. And what does she owe on 322B?
248.
Where has she been? Is there any valid excuse whatsoever?
Yes, I don't know, but she moved to a in 2022. She came back to me.
Forgot about the meters. Okay. I got it.
He does inform that other than he tests that he has all the criminals. Giving put a that on the file with updated assessment.
Okay. I'm sorry, Heather. 824A, she owes how much?
824A, that's the one that she hasn't been sentenced on yet.
Oh, that's right. So we're setting a pretrial on them.
Correct, Judge.
I see. He zoomed in once, so she wants to make it sound like she lives so far away. She zoomed in. She doesn't need to come in here from Atlanta, but all right. I just want to make sure I got these right. She owes 306 and she has a pretrial on a suspend charge. She's missed multiple court dates. The likelihood of her appearing again is not very good, judging from what I've seen here.
Alright, guys, this final segment delivers the outcome everyone saw coming. When asked for a valid reason behind the repeated absences, the explanation offered fails to convince the court. The judge points out that the defendant had already demonstrated the ability to appear remotely, making the repeated no-shows even harder to justify. After weighing the history of missed hearings and the risk of future absences, the court imposes a $1,200 cash bond to secure compliance going forward. In the end, the message is simple: ignoring court obligations can eventually lead to consequences that are far more serious than the original offense. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.